Hello everybody and welcome to this next round of the Project Dream GTWC, and we are here for the endurance layout of the Nurburgring. This is round 3 in season 2 of the GTWC, and first of all the amateur drivers, the amateur licensed drivers, are going out for what is a qualifying lap time. A normal lap time in these GT3 cars around the full endurance layout of the Nordschleife is around 8.5 minutes generally. So it's going to be interesting to see what these drivers can do. But how are we feeling today, everybody? Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself out there. Alright, so let's see where everybody is at the moment. Drivers going on their out laps. And not just the amateur drivers, the pro drivers are also coming out at the same time. We currently have around, let's see how many drivers we have, 30 drivers on the grid here today. And let's see how they do. And drivers, Marcel Fuchs coming across the line to start his first flying lap. Qualifying, it's cut, so you can cut across the section when the Nordschleife starts and the Nordschleife ends. Just basically taking the Grand Prix layout for your out lap. You don't need to go through the whole 8-minute section to just start your qualifying lap time. But once you do, it's a few extra corners. Let's say that much at least. And well, we have Sam also starting his flying lap. Marcel Fuchs looks to be the furthest one ahead. No, Risky No Van also. Pavel Lindenthal also out starting his lap. Unfortunately, the map is not super detailed, so I can't really tell who's going to cross the line first. But I have a feeling that it will be Farhan Risky No Van. Let's go on board with the BMW driver. He's making his way through towards the end of the Grand Prix circuit. And then we'll start. Oh, there are some drivers. Tristan Ardenshire. He's not starting a lap, but he's taken the endurance layout nevertheless. But, okay, let's see. Engineering, okay, yeah. Risky No Van. The sector times, I believe, are split between the Grand Prix section and the Nordschleife section. So, purple in the Grand Prix section, but it's an incredibly long Nordschleife section, to say the least. Oh. All good. 20 minutes in qualifying. About 4 minutes have elapsed already. And somebody has beaten Risky No Van to take the fastest Sector 1 away. It's such a high adrenaline lap, the Nordschleife. One mistake and you're in the barriers pretty much. As we head over the crest, it's a fast left into a hairpin. Slight lift off. And you're going to have to try to avoid the curb with the inside. It's not too, what is it called, comfortable with a GT3. And then this is one of the more technical sections in the Nordschleife, going down to perhaps second gear and navigate through the chicane. You basically have 2 attempts, or maybe just 3 if you're really lucky, if the drivers can finish their final flying laps. Let's have a look at the other drivers on the grid as well. Marcel Fuchs still on the track, being followed up by a few other amateur drivers in... I can't see what number that is, but it's another BMW. Drivers also out on track. You got Massimo Martinello right behind the Liquid Poly sponsored BMW car. Few drivers in here that are brand new to the championship, or ones that we haven't seen in previous rounds so far. So let's see how they do. 32 drivers now on the grid, as they, especially Nignon and Sofa, on their outlaps. Risky No Fan now going through past 50% of his first flying lap of the session. Track temperature is 15 degrees Celsius or 59 Fahrenheit. Colder than usual track conditions that maybe these drivers are used to. Most of the time it's around 20 Celsius. So that 5 degrees will make a difference as we head into one of the more famous corners of the Nordschleife, the Carousel. This part is always a more tricky section of the Nordschleife. Onto the curve, the exit curve is very high up, so you lose a bit of control on that particular curve, but no matter. Risky No Fan continues on, he's hit the barriers on his first flying lap attempt. Is that enough to get into the pits? Is he done? Yes, he's done. Pavel Lindenthal being chased by a red and white BMW and trying to catch up to a black BMW. Marcel Fuchs will be the first one to come across the line if he doesn't make a mistake for the rest of this lap. Let's see how he does. Let's go back to the TV cameras. Is everything okay? Okay, that was odd. Sorry about the slight bit of lag that you may have seen there. Just a bit, not internet problems, but it's all good. Right. So. Fuchs coming to the end of the final technical section before going to the long straight. That will be close to completing the lap. 10.5 minutes remain in this session. Fuchs now on to the back stretch. Okay, I think I've got to stop doing the cockpit cam because that might be lagging the stream a little bit. My bad. Right, okay. So, Fuchs coming to the end of his first flying lap attempt. And what will the lap time be? And it will be an 8:21, but Andris Ranyi with an 8:18.460 takes the fastest lap as Marcel Fuchs. We saw that he got disconnected. The car was flying. He was done. Who's the next one to come across the line? Lucas Walker now goes quickest. Sanyo Alpha, the pro driver, going up into the 8:13. It's 3.9 seconds quicker than his previous flying lap attempt. Than Lewis Walker's flying lap attempt. 4 seconds. Quicker, almost. Behind Risky No Fan starting his next flying lap. Not too sure who will be next, to be fair. Kenang Maulana Gofa, the amateur driver, going up into 4th place. And with an 8:22.454. Yampa on his first flying lap, stuck behind one of the other Lamborghinis, and that is Massimo Martinello, the amateur driver, making a mistake at the Grand Prix section of the track. Klaus coming to the end of his first flying lap. Daniel Barron with his first flying lap attempt. An 8:29.183, the pro driver, currently in 6th place. George Kraus will come across the line now. What will the lap time be? And looks to be very decent so far. An 8:09. He is 4 seconds quicker than Sanyo Alpha at the moment. Watch out for George Kraus because he's putting some decent times on the board right now. Zvietkovic looks to be completing his flying lap as well. Marcel Fuchs, because he's joined back into the session, he keeps that 8:21.855. He stays in 5th place for now, as Marcel Fuchs disconnects from the server once again. Unfortunate to see some connection problems in there. Let's see if we can get up and get in the session, because that was a decent first flying lap. Sanyo Alpha now back into the pits. He won't be able... Oh, he will be able to go for one more flying lap if he comes out within the next 5 minutes or so. The outlap is just a Grand Prix layout. Zvietkovic now coming to the end of his first flying lap of the session. .726 as he's made his way onto the final straight now. The back stretch. With 5.5 minutes left to go. We still got only 8 times on the board. It is quite a fair bit of racing though. It's only a quarter of the drivers have set lap times, if I'm saying that correctly. No, about a third have. Zvietkovic will get a lap time on the board though. Doesn't look like he's slowing down at all. And now back onto the Grand Prix layout. Pavel Zvietkovic will come across the line to go up into 6th place with an 8:24.297. Himani Nignon will be the next one to come across the line, currently in 27th place without a lap time. The pro driver will be wanting to make a statement on the board. However, the lap time right now is an 8:10. And now he's just making his way onto the Grand Prix layout. It's not going to be the best first lap by his standards, but it will be a lap time that will be set. It will be an 8:23.122. But that hasn't put a lap time on the board. And think he must have invalidated somewhere because he hasn't jumped up the board at all. Alex Sofer the next pro driver to come across the line. Coming across the line, what will it be? Will be an 8:14, 8:15, 8:15.364. Slots into third place. A very good lap time for him. Now, oh, that was a car jumping up the leaderboard. Did I see that correctly? I thought, oh well. So we still have, now we've got Nathan Pollon in the McLaren without a lap time being set so far, and he'll come across the line. And it's looking good. He takes provisional pole position ahead of George Kraus, the 590 McLaren, taking provisional pole position by just over 0.5 of a second. It's a very good lap time, competitive on the top of the board for now. He'll be the next one to come across the line. It'll be Tristan Ardian Shire, and there's a blue Audi in front of him as well. Just trying to figure out who that is. And it's Rifki Zulkarnain, the amateur driver, setting his first lap time on the board, followed by the other Audi behind him. Rizki Zulkarnain will set a lap time on the board. His first one, he goes up into 9th place with an 8:25. His teammate behind hasn't crossed the line to set his first lap time just yet. Let's see. Andrei Strulanyi in the Huracan, currently 6th place with an 8:18.460. He'll want to improve by a couple of seconds to go up into the top 4 perhaps. The number 6 Huracan. And it's looking good so far on the straight with a 7:35. It looks looking good, looking good. Technically Raise and Go and Mug them all. That was in the chat. 91 might be cooking gang. We'll see about that. Let's see what lap time he puts in, how he does in the race as well. Andrei Suranyi. I think it's the final part of this lap. Now crossing into the 8-minute lap time mark. It looks to be a decent improvement for Suranyi. Suranyi comes across the line. It will be an 8:15.185. Enough to go into the top 4. 3.2 seconds worth of improvement there. It's a decent lap. And a good job well done. Christian Bejan will set his first flying lap with just over a minute left to go, as we'll see what he does. It will be Christian Bejan across the line, 8:20. He has invalidated somewhere during that lap time, so that's not a lap time on the board proper. And we saw that was Rafael Lacerda, I mean, to go up into top 4, beating out Andrei Suranyi by just 50 thousandths of a second. Lacerda up into the top 4. Good job, well done. Then Indy Sunset will start his first flying lap. And we'll see. We see Kainan Maulana Gofar, the amateur driver, currently in 8th place behind his teammates as well. Both Huracans will come across the line. As that was... trying to figure out, sorry. There's quite a few fair new drivers here, and trying to figure out who is which as well. Now, qualifying is over, so the drivers that will come across the line now, they can't do another lap. They'll have to complete it. George Kraus with an 8:05.917. It's an insane lap time. I think I must have missed that because he was an 8:08 before. Now he's improved by about 2.2 6 seconds, wow. George Kraus with a great lap time. Toyota Pro will finish his next flying lap. But what will lap time be? A genuine question. Let's see what will it be. Tater goes up into 4th place. A 6-7 car up into the top 4, beating out Laseda, a 14.923. We still have some last-minute lap times to keep an eye on. The number 22, the 22nd place of Risky Novak, number 798 car, completing his first lap. He came into the pits. He was the first car out to start his first flying lap, but came into the barriers on his flying lap attempt. It's looking good so far, and the dangers are past him. Onto the start-finish, onto the backstretch now. We also have the 27th place car. Let's see what that is. That is Nignon, who hasn't set a lap time as well. Risky Novan. Close to completing his first lap time on the board. Will come across the line in 9th place. His best lap time being a 8:18. Kimani Nignon comes across the line now, and it will be 8:17, goes up into 9th place. I believe drivers are leaving because it's a brand new session, a brand new track, so looks to be that qualifying might be over. I'm not too entirely sure. Nathan Perron, though, will complete this next lap time, regardless of what's happening. The 590. Klaus set a 8:05. Let's see how competitive this lap time will be. Committing to it, but it's not an improvement at all. It's all good. Massimo Martinello. Only 4 cars left on the track right now. And it will be, as he comes across the line, up into 11th, unless... I don't really know what's happening anymore, but drivers are still setting lap time.